This is Grace from Arrow Through Me, and you're listening to Heavy Mental Breakdown.
Although, hi.
Hey.
Sorry for all the back and forth earlier. Life
Not a
life happens,
problem.
life does things, and have to reschedule, and but it's all good. We made it.
We made it,
We're
and I'm
doing the
happy.
thing, Grace.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So for anybody who's not the most familiar with Arrow Through Me, what's a little bit of a history of you guys? How long you been going for, and just what's up?
Yeah, so I think if my timing is correct, Arrow Through Me started around late 2023, so probably springtime. I would say it's kind of a blur now, honestly. It's
Yeah,
hard to keep track.
yeah.
Um it was so prior to Arrow Through Me, there was a fabulous band called Brookline, and they wound up kind of changing things up. A couple members did wind up leaving, and I was on Craigslist at 2 in the morning in my apartment being like, I feel like I don't do anything outside of work, and I miss making music with people. And I just happened to hit them up. They got back to me with some songs for a potential audition, which was all just like the most stereotypical emo tracks you could think of, which surprisingly are
Yeah.
very hard to sing for the most part.
Yeah.
And then I auditioned, and kind of the rest was history. So we've been going we just hit like 3 years, I'm pretty sure, all together.
Very
So
cool. So all the bandmates, you didn't know any of them when you before you started this. That's so funny. It's
yeah.
actually very common. Like I hear that often that people are just I don't know who, and so I'll post an ad like on Facebook or like in a Facebook group or on
Oh yeah.
Craigslist, and their band starts and they're loving what they're doing. It's so funny.
It's honestly the way to do it nowadays. I feel like, I mean, I will say about where we are based out of Albany, there is a really like awesome tight knit booming scene out here. So it's like you kind of see the same people at different functions throughout the city, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like an unspoken like, oh, we know each other but we don't.
Right.
So it's like it's pretty easy to get something going with people here. There's a
Yeah.
really cool scene. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So what about Grace? What about, why did you decide to go this route with rock and roll? And what do you do on the side to kind of balance things out? Do you have a full-time job? Like what
Yeah.
has made you want to try to pursue this along with other life things happening?
I think it's just like I don't know. I just feel like I'm not meant to I'm not meant to do the 9 to 5 like everybody says, you know what I mean? Like I don't think anybody
Yeah.
is. Let's be
No one
real. We all
is.
know
No
this.
one
No
is.
one is. And it's like if this is like something, like this is something that could turn into something huge potentially.
You never know until you put yourself out there.
You never know. And obviously emo kid that never grew out of it, and just knowing that
Me
that's
either.
something I've always kind of clung to and loving to sing. And I love playing in bands. Like I've definitely dabbled in doing solo stuff, even currently. But I think playing with in bands and just doing shows is like the most fun I've ever had. Like ever had, and just wanting to kind of fulfill a childhood dream, and I wasn't gonna let it die that easy. So, but
Nice.
outside of this, I worked for an HVAC and plumbing company. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all have that thing that we got into that we got to do that we hate to earn our way into where we want
Oh
to
yeah,
go. So,
absolutely. Got me
yeah,
doing
cheers to
some.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are listening to a song today called Escape Plan.
hmm
Why did you choose this one and what's a little bit about the song?
So I chose this one because this is the first single we are putting out in 2 years.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, we put out the Ephemera EP March of, I had to have been 24. And Ephemera was kind of like an experiment in a way. It's every track on it is something we worked really hard on, but I think the continuity isn't really there. It's kind of like, do you guys like this? Do you like that? We do a little bit of this, we do a little bit of that. All great work, but all together it either gels for some or it doesn't. And
Yeah.
I think now we kind of figured out what we want to do. And this new track that is, I'm sure post this getting posted will already be released, but as of right now,
Definitely.
not yet released.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it is
honored to
something
get
that,
an early
yeah,
listen to
I was
this.
gonna say you are one of the very, very few to hear it this early.
Hell
So
yeah.
we're very excited. I think altogether, musically, vocally, it was tracked a little bit different than how we usually do it, in different locations. Vocals were fully done in studio, which with the last record, I was in a shoe box, or like literally in like a shoe closet.
Yeah.
So we're just pumped. It's definitely something we've been working towards for a long time, rather. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you guys have learned kind of from that first one. You're like, I don't want to have to go through that again.
Yeah. I mean, I love that EP for what it is. I think
Right,
it's a
right.
really good like introduction because we do a little bit of everything on it, but I think we were like, yeah, let's make this let's get the ball rolling here. Let's try something different and more efficient. So we're
Hell
really
yeah.
excited.
So what about the song? What's the meaning behind the track itself?
Um, it's in ways I feel it's pretty literal, but in other ways it's not. In the context of it's about a relationship, I think that's, once it's heard, lyrics are understood, it's pretty obvious. But it's really altogether, I think it's just about the three big dependencies I think all of us may have experienced, which is like physical dependency, emotional dependency, and even for some chemical dependency. And it's kind of just all of that put together when you're faced kind of like with an experience where all of those things are kind of circling around each other. It's
Colliding
pretty
with each
intense. Like, oh
other.
yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, I know all of that all too well, Grace.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, let's talk about it. Right. This is Escape Plan by my new friends in Arrow Through Me. This is an early listen for me, because as of right now, the song is not out. But by the time this episode is out, you can stream it now. So go listen to the track and come back and listen to the breakdown. It's going to be a good one. This is Escape Plan. Let's break it down. I liked that. I like that little switch up there. Wow. Okay, so I just want you to know that after you told me this was about a relationship, and I saw the name Escape Plan, but I didn't know it was about a relationship first. So the very first line you sucked me in was I your escape plan? Uh, I
Oh yeah.
went through a very bad divorce about 4 years ago.
Mm.
We had just moved to a new city. Um, and I was away for one weekend. And the second month we were there, and when I got back, her stuff and all hers, like her and all her stuff was gone, and I never saw her again or heard her voice ever again. So after
Mm.
14 years of a relationship, uh, I felt like she planned the master that was her
Oh yeah.
master escape plan.
Oh dude. I
She was
feel that.
planning it. She had to have planned it. I was gone for 2 days. So I was her escape.
Boo her.
Yeah, boo
Stop
her. Yeah, boo
boo.
her. But I mean, I was just like, oh, I think I know kind of a little bit what this track's about. So, was I your escape plan to hold
Hmm.
on to your hand, to guide me through your head? Landmines every other step. Like there's just always something, right? There's
Oh yeah.
always something that's going to set somebody off.
Hmm.
Blow up. To guide me through your head. Ugh, you broke me down in the worst way. Yep. Should have been a getaway. Made me see how you light the way. You always try to make me stay. Made me see how you light the way. I saw who you were.
Hmm.
You showed it as clear as day. I saw it. I'm good. I know who you are now.
Hmm.
These couple verses here. What's your thought on them?
Hmm. So a lot of it, and I say this with the most sensitivity possible, it's just true experience, but a lot of it touches on being in a relationship with somebody who does experience the highs and lows of mania and
Bipolar?
depression. Yeah, yeah, I would, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Whether,
That's me. I only know
yeah,
that because I'm bipolar, so.
yes, yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's the awareness factor of it all. Um,
Yeah.
of
Not easy.
knowing,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And it's like, and then me having that sympathy and, maybe some empathy too from just my own separate, mental state and things.
Sure. Sure.
Where it's like, I know in most cases regarding whatever this relationship was, it was never intentional. Some things were not never, but some things weren't always intentional. But it's like the intention of it all was knowing I didn't have exposure at that time to those experiences of my significant other at the time. So
Mhm.
I had very little information. I was not educated like I should have been. I didn't put in, and this is on me too, not putting in the extra effort to have that awareness and
Mhm.
to, do what I can do to better serve my partner, but also feeling anger and resentment building of them
Mhm.
instead of seeking alternative, not even alternative, the pathways for treatment or at least some sort of respite in a sense
Yeah.
to try to work on these things and resorting to, of course, some really negative coping mechanisms and kind of putting that on me. So,
Mm.
unfortunately, it's a little deeper than a stigma. Sometimes it's a statistic that
Yeah.
takes it where it's like, vices in general, drugs, drinking, whatever it is, and having to, instead of them taking ownership, which is my biggest thing, like extreme ownership of things you do, um, just putting that on me, like you're the reason I do this, you're the reason I do that. So it's
Mm.
it's one of those things. It's on both parts. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, being in a relationship with bipolar is not the easiest thing to do. You have to
Yeah.
have the toughest skin possible and really like just love that person.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I have now in a new relationship. She's gone and like bought books and like is listening to things and set me up with like a therapist to talk to. Like she's super supportive and like getting me
Oh, I
through it.
love that.
But I know the struggles of being in one
Yeah,
and that, having a completely different experience. So I get it.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Not
Yeah.
at all. Yeah.
Months on end of using powdered dreams all blurry, unconscious hymns was how you prayed and you prayed. You always want to feel the same. Yeah, months on end using just an addiction to whatever, like you were saying, vices. Dreams are of all blurry. Uh, I guess I'll go in the perspective of the bipolarism. So, but powder dreams all blurry. A lot of times things aren't as clear to us as they should be, as they are to others,
Right.
and things get blurry, and when I kind of snap out of that moment, I'm like, oh shit, like why did I do that? Why did I say that? And they
Yeah.
just becomes blurry, and it sucks. Unconscious. Yeah. Yeah. You always want to feel the same, but that is one difference in the stories is that uh, I want to do the best that I can to get help. So I'm taking
Yeah.
like all the uh, things that I think I should. Um, and I take ownership of that too, and I think that's why it works for both partners.
Oh yeah.
Um, mm, and I don't. Yeah, you have to want to change. You can't change somebody.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And then
um,
you go on to repeat the course again.
mhm.
What do you have any feelings on this last verse we just
Oh
listened
yeah.
to? Uh-oh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This verse resonates to kind of like my errors, I would say, in this experience of during this time period when this occurred, we'll say. I was young, very young, very impressionable. I'm still pretty young,
Mm,
but like I was very young at this time. And there's almost a sense of I felt and still do feel that my naive brain and where I was definitely taken advantage of, and I was
mm,
very much influenced and encouraged to also partake in some really unhealthy habits, and which led down to some like really unfortunate things and occurrences at that time where now post rehab recovery and
mm,
not feeling like it's almost like you're with somebody and you want to understand them so badly that you kind of imitate and kind of emulate everything they do to get a better
mm,
understanding of them, which is definitely what I was doing. So I'm like,
mm,
why do you need this so bad to get through your day? You know what I mean? Like, what is so special about it that it's like more important than me? It's more important than the bills we have to pay, more important than, and I feel like that's something a lot of people can relate to with their loved ones. Um, and I know even from childhood experiences and friends and loved ones in my lives who had to deal with that with like their parents, for example,
mm,
and
mhm.
trying to like really understand whether that's themselves like drinking or trying a drug or like whatever it is. And I was definitely in that position where it's like I'm gonna see what the hype's about, essentially. And unfortunately I got hooked
Mm,
just as bad. And
mm.
literally working every single day to spend that money to get what I need to fulfill my addiction.
Yeah.
To
I
just
know that
be,
feeling.
yeah, just to be completely exhausted by the end of the day. And this was all during like COVID too. So it's like there's
Ah, that made it
job
worse.
markets in the garbage.
Yeah.
I got laid off during that time. It was this
Yeah.
whole thing. And so literally working all day trying to scrounge up some sort of money to get what I need in the evening and be able to just black out. And we did it together. And that was
Yeah.
every night. That was like our ritual. That's like our bedtime prayer. And that's like how I saw that in these
Okay.
lyrics. So
It's almost like your partner at the time wanted you to become that. Like there's like validation there, like where
oh
it's like,
yeah,
oh, you're doing it, we're both doing it. Like you can't tell me that I shouldn't do it because you are. It almost seemed like it was
100%.
kind of some manipulation or,
Oh
some of
yeah.
that kind of stuff going on there. And
It was like, to me it kind of felt like I was being groomed so that this
right,
person could have some sort of sense of validation because they weren't getting it anywhere else.
right, right. That takes on a new meaning for me with was I your escape plan?
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's just ride the track out.
I'm with it. It's a heater.
It is. Yeah, let's just ride it out. Let's just ride it out. I'm actually I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying it, so I'm just like I don't want to keep stopping it.
Let's run it.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's roll the track and let's keep rocking out for a little bit.
I'm with it.
You broke me down in the worst way. Should've been a getaway. Made me see how you like the
All right, I knew I said I wasn't going to stop it, but I wanted to stop there. Actually, there's some stuff I want to go over, Grace.
I'm with it.
There's some lyrics I want to go over really quick.
Okay.
There was one that stood out. You said it's all you've ever known. Like I can't change. Like I don't know how. Like this
Hmm.
has always been me. Like what do you want me to do? I can't just change myself, but we can if we try. Um, you got to work on letting go. Like I said, you got to try. You got to work at it. The glass has shattered in the next room. To me, that sounds like like an anger moment where it's just like getting pissed and just like throwing things and breaking it. Um, yeah, that bad relationship I was telling you about. A lot of things got broken on both
Oh yeah.
sides. On both sides. Um, Man, a broken window to climb through. And now you just have this like at night, this cold breeze coming in. So now the energy's off and it's cold. You got a broken window, you got glass you got to pick
Hmm.
up. Oh,
Yep.
damn.
All that heat I'm paying for going out the window.
Yeah. Ugh, that's true. That is true. And it went on for a long time. Both strung out and out of sight. Oh, right before this was a sick bass line, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Both strung out and out of sight, finding tiny blue pills every night. Fall asleep under our version of blue skies. So, blue pills and blue skies. Rough.
Rough as fuck.
So
Yeah.
starting from, and it went on like that for a long time, and blue pills and blue skies.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got for that?
So to me, it's like so like this is exactly what happened. You know what I mean? Years of, like I was saying earlier, ending our day with that substance and
Mm,
just needing it. I mean, seeing a person that you love going through withdrawals is probably top 10 terrible things to see.
yeah.
Um, so just making sure that we were able to prevent that from happening, it literally just getting by, like the bare minimum. And the only way that I felt like we could really connect, or I felt really any true like emotion, whether that be chemical, like made up in my brain, whether it was like real or if it was literally just whatever I was on, that made me feel some sort of actual like appreciation and love for this person, even though I knew, like sober me knew that like I'm not getting anything from this, and I'm only enabling this person, so they're not really getting anything positive out of this. So like the only time I felt like we really bonded was in the evening after a long day, doing what we got to do, and just literally laying there together and staying up the entire night, not sleeping,
Mm,
just vibing out and getting through
yeah.
that. That was pretty much probably 85% of that experience with that person was just doing that. That was
Mm,
the relationship, and that was like the only way we like really knew each other, and it wasn't like a real version of each other. So it was going back to just that dependency, all three wrapped up into one. That's all that was.
mm. The cool thing about these lyrics is that even though like maybe people can't relate to the pills aspect and maybe a couple of other really small things is like people get it. Like you hear this song and you just get it. Like it's oh, I didn't have this exact experience, but I can use like for example finding alcohol every night, fall
Right.
asleep drunk or people can use their own words for your song and it
Hmm.
still like means it still has kind of this the same basic structure there.
Yeah.
um so yeah, it was written in a way where it can relate to a lot of people but still keep the uh the gracefulness in there.
Right.
um cool. I thought you might have found that funny, graceful. Like you can keep the
It
anyway.
just
Anyway,
I've,
gracefully.
I've lived with that name. It kind of just like, yeah. No, I
Damn. But you probably
I,
hate it because you hear it. Do you
I
hear
think
it?
it's the most amazing thing ever. I love that my name.
That's true. That's a good way of looking at it. Love it.
Like me.
All right. Well, I feel like I was hearing kind of something building up a tiny bit. So I actually thought that was a good place to stop. So we can actually just write it out and I don't know,
Yes,
rock out till it's over.
yes.
Uh, Here we go.
But I finally quit, I finally quit. Had to get you right, and everything it feels so different. And I realize that I don't even know ya. I got another side I'll show ya. You always wanna play with your life. I don't. You broke me down in the worst way. In the back of my mind, I was trying to get away. Made me see how you like the way. Push away, and you always try to make me stay. You said it's all you've ever known. You gotta work on letting go. The glass is shattered in the next round. A broken window to cut through.
That was Escape Plan by Arrow Through Me. That last part there, uh, it ends powerfully, and it almost seems like the music gets like lifted up in a bit somehow too. Like it seems like it's more kind of cinematic almost in a way, where it's coming to this
Oh yeah.
climax, and it's just like this is how it ends, like the superhero, just like, but I finally quit. You know what I was thinking about with a lot of these lyrics too is that word that we said earlier was manipulation, and
Mhm.
a narcissistic relationship can have a lot of these same struggles.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I finally quit. I am leaving this relationship with this person who all they do is care about themselves.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, who grooms, like you said, all these things that are involved in a narcissistic relationship. Um, so people can relate to that too. But
Yeah.
I finally quit, had to get out, and everything, it feels so different. How do you feel now? And I realized that I don't even know ya. Got another side I'll show ya. You always want to play with your life. That was the one that got me. Um, I've I've played with my life before, and that was
Hmm.
not fun. Um,
Hmm.
I got another side. I'm a good person, but don't go too far. Once you kind of
Don't test me.
realize, exactly, once you kind of realize what's been done, it's
Yeah.
like once you've stepped out of that situation, you're able to
Yeah.
see it for what it was.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, how are you feeling about this song coming out? And with
I'm
how much weight is involved in the lyrics and the track?
I feel like as hmm, it's tough when like you I guess the biggest thing like I experience now is, it's not even with like anybody, just anybody that listens to our music or really dials into my lyrics, but you always get a little like shy when it comes to like people you know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
listening to stuff. But I'm like, if you know me, then you should probably know this. Like
It's
if
not
you
new
this
knowledge
yeah, I'm
to
like,
those who would know the
maybe
story.
I'm like, if you want to know more about it, hit my line. But I like, but I'm okay with it. It is a little weird. It's like one of those things where I don't I guess I want to see what to expect. Like I know my grandma's gonna be calling me. I know she's gonna be calling me and she's gonna be like, "Wow, I love the way you sound on that. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
You got to start
just a
preparing
little
for
bit.
that conversation
Yeah.
now.
Grandma, you want to try something? No. So it's kind of like I do get always a little apprehensive. I think this whole next project that we're working on is definitely kind of like I'm just laying it all out there. But I don't know. I don't want to write just like not saying that there's anything wrong with kind of just writing what feels right. Whatever serves the song is kind of where I'm at. But I also am like I want to put something out of substance and like real human experience, and I feel like the past couple years in a whole has just been really weird for everybody, and we've all kind of had to like experience new stages and like new factors externally that are just like intervening in our personal lives, and like
And the aliens that are on the way or that are
and
already here, and
dude, the aliens. Don't get me started. No.
I'm actually thinking about starting a conspiracy podcast where we just like all laugh at each other and stuff, because so many people who I have on here, we talk about the world right now and what music means to people now, and it's like I feel
I
like
want
so
in.
many of us can have great conspiracy conversations.
I want in. I got some ones I made up in my head that
All
I'm
right,
about to
once I
start with
figure it out,
wildfire.
once I figure it out, I'm gonna have you on.
All right, all right. No, but yeah, I just feel like I have no shame with this one. I think it's solid. I think it's enough information without putting too much out there.
Do you think that, like, when you were recording it, or now, or when it comes out, or you're past this stage already, do you think that with this release, there is any kind of closure to those emotions? Like, I'm just going to leave it here, and it's everybody else's song now. It's not even mine anymore.
Yeah, like I just feel like I've written about this a lot, like over and over and over, and none of it has seen the light of day. And this is it. This is definitely it. Like I'm done talking about this. I'm ready to put it to bed. I am in a stage in my life now where I'm with somebody that really truly supports me and wants to not only like make it work for us, but make it work for themselves
Yeah.
and make sure that they're good. And like like it's one of those things where I haven't experienced that really before, even for my own self. Like even being single, I didn't even put myself first in any situation, and now I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
me either.
like, yeah, I'm like, more people should just stop, just don't give a fuck and just do what you think is right, for yourself and for others, and like don't drag other people down with your BS. Like it's
Yeah.
so lame to me. And like, of course, always ask for support, and and have people around you that want to see you do well. And it's always good to vent about things and be open, but it's like, let's come up with solutions. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the track I'm on, and that's kind of what I want to do going forward. So this is going to be it for that stuff, and who knows what's going to happen in the future? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can't put all my eggs in one basket, but I'm
I
ready
I
to.
have a question for you. Do you consider yourself an empath? I can
Yeah,
feel it.
I didn't even consider, like, I really didn't consider myself one. I just thought like I was doing too much all the time. Like I was like, why do I
Why do I
why do
feel
I
what everybody else feels? And I kind of
yeah, and
caught
it's
that. I caught that earlier because you were saying, uh, what was the line? Always want to no. Anyway, you had said something. It was like uh, when you see the person that you love hurting.
mhm,
That's not an
yeah.
easy thing to do.
Mhm.
Is to have that feeling, like separate like that anger with that empathy. And like I've been in that situation before. Just yeah, just seeing their eyes, just seeing them crying and just like seeing like a younger version of them or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like
That. Yep.
yeah, it it's hard sometimes. It's hard.
It is.
Mm. Anyway, I was just gonna say that because I felt that through. I felt that through this. So
Yeah, I mean, people, I didn't, like I was saying, like I didn't even know what that really was. Like, I
yeah,
know what empathy was, kind of, but like,
yeah,
but I was like, yeah, I've had a lot of people like throughout my life, and sometimes good people, sometimes bad people, straight up tell me that like I'm very easy to talk to, like even from a young age, like having adults vent to me, even when I
Mm.
was like a kid, because I would take on that and I would just listen
Yeah,
because I would
yeah,
absorb it all.
yeah,
And then I was like, well, now I have to carry their burden with me for the rest of my
yeah.
life because
What
I've
can
had this
I do to help
information.
them? That's where your
Right,
mind goes
right.
after.
And I'm like 9 and I'm like,
Yeah,
ah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah,
to
yeah.
do. Yeah. So
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if it was learned or if it's just the way I came
It's not.
out.
It's not a learned thing. Not a
Yeah,
learned
but
thing.
it's mastering. But with empathy comes people pleasing, and
Right.
that is the biggest thing that I've been having to work on. The empathy is fine, but the people pleasing is something I'm like I'm done
Yeah.
with it. Done with it.
Empaths tend to have bad luck in relationships. And it's funny. Well, not funny, it's fucking weird because an empath is like a narcissistic like web to like a spider. It's like
Yeah.
off to a flame. I don't know, whatever, because they see the genuine in that person and they were like, I can take advantage of this person.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to do anything about it, and they're going to actually probably join me in it. So
Yep. Yep.
weird.
Grace approved. It happened. It does happen.
Happened to me.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, this song hits a little deeper than I thought it was going to tonight. Thank you, Grace, for doing that. Now I'm
you're
gonna go
welcome.
upstairs and cry for the rest of the night.
Good.
Just kidding.
Not good,
Just
but like
kidding.
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I got closure on that shit a long time ago,
Good.
so
I'm
I'm
getting it
good.
with this release once everybody sees it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Everybody, after you hear the song, go tell Grace what you think about it, what it means to you, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
hopefully you guys can get a little bit of motivation from this track. Um, yeah, it's a good one.
Thank you.
So Grace, what else does 2026 look like for you guys? I know you have this EP coming out. How many tracks are on it, and when do you think so is this track going to be released like as a single by itself, or is like the whole EP coming out with it?
Yeah, so as this is all kind of tentative still. So
Sure.
nothing's kind of like set in stone. And obviously I don't want to give too much away just because things could change like that. But this is getting dropped as a single. I know that we have we'll say a couple other tracks that I think we might also be releasing as singles in the next toward going towards the end of 2026, getting those out.
Cool.
We definitely have more songs than we did on our first EP, which was I think was like 5, just a little EP. So this might actually classify according to like streaming services as being actually an album.
Hmm.
So this will be a bigger project for us. We have some really cool material I'm excited to put out. A lot of it is pretty much set, but we're still kind of figuring out if we want to add more or we want to add less. And we have a couple tracks we're still in the baby stages of writing. So I think we're kind of trying to do kind of a little bit of a long game with this one. We don't. It's not
Sure.
like we really have an expectation. We're not signed, so we don't really have an expectation to get it all out on a
No
certain time.
deadlines.
So
No
no
deadlines for
deadlines.
Grace.
So we can really take our time with this, but we do want to kind of dish out something to everybody and have
Yeah.
something new. So we have a couple that should be coming out
How
soon.
about like any music videos or shows? Like
Oh
what
yeah.
what can people besides the music like audio portion, what else can people expect from you guys?
So we do have a video with this one,
Cool.
and yeah, it is coming out beginning of July, we'll say. It's filmed. We're just waiting to get it back. So that's
Cool.
going to be in conjunction with this. And then the next couple singles, my bassist for Aerothermy, Anthony, he directs pretty much all of our videos we've done so far in this most recent one. And he
Cool.
is extremely creative. He's got such a good eye for things and writing stories to go along with these songs. So we're definitely going to be having a couple of those. So those
Cool.
should be in the process
You
soon.
guys are going right into this year, right into this EP, just like, all right, we're leaving kind of like that first us behind, and this is like the new
Oh yeah.
the
Oh
new
yeah.
arrow through
This
me.
is Arrow Through Me. This is
Yeah,
Arrow Through Me. You didn't
cool.
know us before, but
Yeah, it seemed like you guys just needed to make something just to kind of get your foot wet and
oh yeah.
in the band, and now you're like, okay, we've digested it. The world's nuts, and we're realizing now more than ever that we need to do the shit we care about.
Oh, absolutely.
So I
100%.
love it. I love it. So all those things that you were talking about, where's the best place to keep up with it, and what are the handles?
Yeah, so our the main one that we really post on is our Instagram. And just because it's our name, so Arrow Through Me, and then our area code, which is 518. So Arrow Through Me 518 all
There we
together on
go.
Instagram. We do have a Facebook just under our band name. We have other socials. We're really bad at keeping up with them. So I mean, you know what I mean? There's TikTok
Instagram,
and
where it's
stuff,
at.
but Instagram, thanks, Meta. It's really easy
Yeah.
to like post on those, but that's
Right.
where you're gonna hear the most about us and where you're gonna see my face a lot and a couple of our other members. So that's
Cool.
where you can keep track of everything.
Cool. You got anything else? Anything else you want to plug or anything?
Um, yeah, I mean, for those local and 518 area, Capital Region, Albany. We are playing a show July 11th at a really swanky bar called El Dorado in Troy, New York. And we're headlining and we're going to be playing Escape Plan and a couple other
Nice.
new ones. So everybody who's hearing this in the area should come because it's fun and it's a Saturday. So don't be lame.
Yeah, don't be lame.
Don't be lame.
Yeah, don't be lame. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing your story and your relationship kind of story. And I know this stuff is not easy to talk about, especially to a
It's not.
stranger, especially to a
Yeah.
stranger you've never talked to before except on Instagram. So thank you for trusting me with your story and being able to share it and openly talk about it. And I hope your fans can relate to it and it just creates this beautiful bond with you guys. And best of luck with the
Thank
music
you.
videos and the show in July. And yeah, I'm stoked to hear the new music.
Yeah, thank you so much
Yeah,
for, considering us and having me on. This is really cool. I've been listening to your podcast the past couple of days. I
cool.
actually listened to my favorite, of course, New Monarchy. We're actually playing with them on July 11th.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yep. So they're friends of ours. Dan, their singer, I used to work with at Guitar Center like
Oh,
a
sick.
while ago. But I listened to that one. That was awesome. So you keep this up because it's really cool and it's a really good resource. And
Yeah.
yeah, definitely gonna be sharing your shit. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you guys are ever in the Brooklyn, New York area, hit me up.
Yeah, hopefully soon. We're gonna branch out. Hopefully, hopefully.